Yo, what is up, guys? Today we are doing a legendary ice deck and gear setup. This was highly requested by most people. Fucking birds. I can't get my damn window open. Alright. But anyway, legendary deck gear setup. This is an attacking ice deck and gear setup. So, starting it off with the hat, we have the Frostbit hood. This is 10 times better than the zigzag hood, which will be posted right beside it. I really like the Frostbit hood just because of like the resist, the damage. It doesn't give bad critical, still gives that 5% incoming healing. And the 3 accuracy makes it very, very useful because I can't fizzle. And also, it is very easy to get. It drops from Luska, and you should be able to get it in like the first 2 or 3 fights. The next is the robe. The robe, I use the Tunic of Upper Zigzag. This robe dropped from Zigzag, obviously. It's really, really useful because it gives a lot of health, almost 500 health. And 4 power pip, 3 accuracy. Again, that accuracy is very crucial for ice because ice doesn't get a lot of accuracy. And it really helps because you can't fizzle. That 10 resist. That resist comes in clutch for so many matches. And 34 critical, it's not bad. Ice really doesn't need critical, but it does help. It gives a lot more than the Waterworks robe. And that 16 damage is very useful because I go for damage and hitting. But like, if you can't get this one because it is a hard drop, you can use either this, which does give more critical and more resist. You lose some damage, but you gain health. But I just like the Tunic of the Upper Zigzag better. But yeah, you could use that one if need be. And then for the boots, we have the Lydia's Frozen Foot Wraps. By far the best boots out there. 289 health. It's really high, best you can get. 7 power pip percent chance because I don't know, that power pip really helps. Of course it does because ice needs power pip as like any other school. That 9 resist comes in clutch, obviously because it's universal resist. That 3 accuracy isn't a lot, but it still helps a lot. 54 crit rating. That is huge for ice, especially from the boots, and you're really not losing anything. The 14 damage, a lot of damage. That's a lot. And then I don't know, that ice resist is just there. If you can't get this, this is from the Professor Horde pack. If you can't get this, I'd either go for the Glendemming. Use the Glendemming, but if you're not a Warlord and you're just getting up there and you can't get either, then just go for the Waterworks boots. Those are the other alternative, but if you can get the Lydia, I highly recommend it. And then for the Athame, we have the Duelist Fatal Razor. This is just what literally everybody uses for PvP. It's not rank specific, so you can be any rank. All you have to do is have arena tickets. Don't quote me on this, but I think it is 3,500 arena tickets to buy this, plus all of the jewels. And it gives 25 crit, 12 damage. That 12 damage is a lot. I added jewels. I added the health jewel, the pierce jewels, and the accuracy jewel. I could have added a power pip jewel and made it 100% power pip for me, or I could have added accuracy and made it 100% accuracy for me. I chose the accuracy because I just didn't want to fizzle. If you cannot get this, I suggest getting the Garnet Bear Claw. This is crafted from the one guy in Winter Tusk. Forget where it is, but I will show you a picture of the guy on the screen. For the amulet, I suggest using a Life Mastery amulet, only really because you can heal and everything. If you cannot get a Life Mastery amulet, I would suggest using the Stun Resist amulet or a Weakness amulet, only because with the stun resist amulet, you can actually stun resist, and it just feels like a lot more than 30%. So if I were you, I would go with one of these two, or the weakness amulet. For the ring, I suggest using the Duelist Daredevil ring. It gives good amount of health, amazing power pip. That 3 pierce that it gives, that's really good, really useful, just because pierce at level 60, you really need it. The 14 block really doesn't mean anything. That 10 damage is the highest you can get out of a ring at level 60, so it's very useful. The +8 outgoing heal, that's not bad, it's not good, it's really not needed, but I socketed health, a pierce jewel, and some blank minus balance resist. You can add any resist to it, but I just picked balance because I struggle against balance, and balance is really overpowered. This is the pet that I use. I would say find something like it. You can use a triple double, just anything really with like resist. That's not a very good resist. Just like anything with 1 or 2 resists and some damage, maybe infal, but like as you get to higher ranks, if you face a balance, they have supernova. So if you do make an infal pet, once you face like level 80s or 90s, I would not say to use an infal pet, just because if you face a balance in that pet, keep spamming it, that's just free supernovas for that balance, free damage. And so I use this pet right here just because it gives damage, some pierce, and still some resist. I get all of it in one pet, and it's very good. And here are my overall stats. 90 damage. 90 damage isn't bad. It's pretty good, actually. It could be better if I had like my damage pet on or something, but 90 damage is really good. 41 resist across the board, and 46 to ice. I wouldn't say that's bad, I wouldn't say that's good. You could definitely have more, but 41 gets the job done. 26 accuracy. You cannot fizzle anything that's from ice. It's just impossible for you to fizzle for ice spells. 231 critical. It's not bad. Critical sometimes. It definitely could be better, but 231 is not bad. 69 block. Block really doesn't matter. And 13 pierce. 13 pierce could be better if I did have all my pierce jewels, but as you can see, I'm broke, so I really don't go for it. Healing in and out, 13 by 8, doesn't really mean anything, just like some satyrs and stuff. And 86 power pip. That could be better if I had the Balosh deck from House of Scales, but I have no stone keys and really don't feel like farming it because it's just so annoying to do. So my power pip stays at 86. I do occasionally get power pip fails, but it's not too often. And yeah. Now on to my deck setup. So what I have is 6 bubbles, just so I can pull it. I can pull a bubble early. If I get a bubble first round, I usually pop it often, just so like I could go into an ice bird and it would still do 500, 600 damage. Then we have some evil snowman. If I do fail pip late in the game and they have 200, 300, 400 health, I can do that, and if I don't pull a serpent, I can still use that and kill them. Some 2 freezes, because if I have to get this off, if they're stunned, I have to get it off on first. I can do that, and then I can go into another Winter Moon. Frostbite, just because if they have a tower shield up, and I have a couple blades, I can pop up Frostbite, and it will still do a decent amount of damage. I have 6 blades, just because you really need blades for ice, and blades are very necessary. I have Reindeer Knight, only for minions. I only use Reindeer Knight just for minions. It still does a lot of damage. If you do not have Reindeer Knight, you can either add more serpents or put in 2 blizzards. Or you can just use a Snow Angel. And then Snow Angel. Snow Angel is a very good spell for ice, especially when you have a lot of damage. If you have 2 blades up and then foul, maybe a bubble, it will still do a lot of damage over time. I have 3 Snow Serpents in, just because if I have to get rid of a minion and I don't pull Reindeer Knight, I can do it that way. Or if they have low health and I only have 2 pips, I can just pop them down like that. 5 stun blocks, just because if I face like a myth or something, I can pull it very easily, and so they can't get a stun on me. Only 3 tower shields. That might not seem like a lot, but I still have some on my side, and this is an attacking ice setup. So I do not do a lot of shielding or healing. I just mainly blade up and hit quickly. And then 3 volcanic shields just for defense against storm and fire. I think I have 6 Winter Moon, just because Winter Moon is a very good spell for ice. And I also have some more in my side deck. I have Max Colossal, just because I need enchants for all my spells. I have 4 Satyrs, just so if I get really low and I have to heal, I can do so. Some infections, just in case I go against a life and they want a heal spam, I can mess them up. 4 or 2 reshuffles, I don't know why I said 4. 2 reshuffles, just if I run out of cards, I can shuffle back. And then 3 weaknesses, I really rarely use these just because I go for an attacking ice, and I don't really use these too often, but I still have them in there just in case. Then I block that out, have that blade, just so I have another blade that can stack with others. I keep 3 more ice wands in, keep a bubble, and then 3 myth wands. Then onto my side deck, I keep 1 evil snowman, just in case I don't pull one in my main deck. I can have an attempt of pulling one on my side. I have 1 frostbite in, again, just in case I don't pull it on my main. I could probably pull it on my side. I have 4 blades, just because I like to blade early and then hit often, so I'd like to get a blade. I have 2 Lord of Winters, just so that if I have an open shot and I have a couple blades, I can do that and also hit for mass. I have 2 Snow Angels, just so that if I don't pull some of my main, I can still do some good damage in my side deck. This is one of my main spells that I will use throughout PvP matches. 2 Snow Serpents, just so I can finish off people if they have low health or I need to kill a minion, like Talos or something. I can kill him with this and it'll still kill. Ice Birds. Ice Birds are such a good spell for ice. They give a blade. If you have a bubble up with my damage, 90 damage, I can still do a good 500, 600 damage with it. 3 Tower Shields. This is a good amount of Tower Shields for an attacking ice, pretty much because you pull when you want to, and you can actually just pull them from your main deck because you also have 3, or you can pull them from your side. I have 3 Winter Moons, pretty much because this is a very godly spell for ice, and it can do a lot of damage, and it has a stun. 3 Gargantuan, it's if I don't pull an enchant from my main deck, I can enchant something with these on my main deck, so I actually have an enchanted spell. 3 Triages, because I usually face higher level fires, and I like to predict their rampages or anything, and so when I discard, I will most likely pull one of these 3 out of my deck. 3 Infals. This is really good for like facing a Jade or something, or maybe when you need to one-shot somebody, you can just pop an Infal up, get that pierce, get that accuracy. Or it's good if you're going against a balanced lore spammer, because you can power those mantles and won't have to worry about fizzling. You can also have Doom and Gloom, just so if you face a Jade, you can pop one of these and it will have to change it.